I don't know why my computer's acting up lately, but in case there is a hiccup in my uploading schedule, you guys at least have a heads up in that aspect and you know what's going on. But what's up? I have a game against Rick. It is an underused tier match because everyone knows that that is my favorite tier. It also happens to be a tier that I saved a lot of stuff in recently, and a lot of it goes really good with Trick Room. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to whip some stuff together and see if I can get this to work out. I think I have 3 Trick Roomers on this team. A lot of them actually aren't too bad with each other. And I was like, you know what? Flygon doesn't really go on this team, but I'm going to bring him along for fun anyway. Because honestly, Banded Dragon, why the hell not? So we're going to get started. He's going to go ahead and lead off with his Golurk. I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Flygon. Now, seeing a Golurk in the active spot, I am automatically thinking, you know what? Stealth Rocks. I don't care what he's going to do. I'm going to hit him in the face with a Banded Outrange, and there is not a damn thing he can do about it. He doesn't want anything to take it, looking at his team, except for his Blastoise. And if I get a 2-turn Outrage, I can just get out, and the Blastoise took the damage for nothing, basically, because he'd be switching in on it. So there's no sense in that. But he gets up the rocks, and that's all this Golurk is going to do. He's going to have to let it die, because there's not really much logic to letting something else take a hit that it doesn't need to. So this thing dies, get an early 6-5 lead on turn 2, because Banded Flygon is a boss. But he's going to go into his Snorlax right now, which, owing to the fact that it is really, really bulky just on the HP count in general. I mean, I do like 80%, don't get me wrong, but it's still so bulky, and he just rests all of it off. But honestly, I'm okay with this, because the fact that he rested means he's going to be asleep, and he's not going to be able to affect one of my switch-ins with, like, a lot of his moves. He can go for either rest, and then it won't do anything. He can go for Body Slam, and it won't do anything. Or you can just switch out on account of being way too scared of Confabulous to actually do anything. Because I switch it in, and it's ready to go. I think he ends up pulling a Rest or Body Slam on this one. That's to be expected from a Sleep Talker. I don't like Sleep Talkers or Rest Talkers for that exact reason. You know, running Sleep Talk by itself is kind of silly, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it does work out. Snorlax is one of those things that does like Rest Talk, so whatever. Anyway, Confabulous is in the building, and he's ready to jazz hand his way to victory. But get to go for a Trick Room, and this is just a nasty plot Shadow Ball HP fighting set with lefties and all that jazz, I guess. But honestly, I love this thing. I think it's really cool, and I've never used the Trick Room nasty plot Confabulous until this battle. Takes crits for days. Look at that. That was a crit U-turn. Does absolutely nothing coming off of a Meloetta. Not like that really mattered and was really bragging rights at all. But he's going to go into his Crobat, as I end up going for the nasty plot. I could go for a Shadow Ball, but I actually kind of think he's going to want to stall out my Trick Room turns, which is why I go for another nasty plot in his face, knowing that the Crobat is going to go second. I'm pretty sure since I'm close to full HP, I've got a nice stock defense. I should be able to take a Brave Bird or whatever he wants to go for in case he ends up staying in. But because he switched out, I'm at +4, and I might as well go for Hidden Power Fighting, see how much it does, see how specially bulky this thing is. And it turns out it's really specially bulky. It only does 50%. The reason I'm not going for Shadow Ball is because it is a normal Psychic type, for those of you not in the know-how, meaning that although it is part Psychic, it means it is also part I'm not going to be able to do shit to it. So I have to go for an HP Fighting in that aspect. He knows that he can toy around with me fairly easily, and he can just go back and forth between Shadow Ball and HP, or he knows my set is Shadow Ball and HP Fighting, so he can just play around with that as much as he wants. But Confabulous, unfortunately, doesn't do too much right now because the Trick Room does wear off as soon as the Crobat comes in. I don't want to get taunted. I don't want to get Brave Birded. I know the best thing I can do right now is go into my Rhyperior, knowing that Crobat, under normal circumstances, won't be able to do anything to this, if at all. So it's alright. I figured Rhyperior is a good addition to a Trick Room team because it's slow, it's bulky, it hits like a damn truck because it looks like, I wouldn't say it looks like a truck, but it's got bright flashy colors, and it could easily hit you like a truck. So get to go for a sub as he ends up switching into his Blastoise. I think I'm not faster than him. Just kidding. I was gonna say I saw my lefties first, and that would have been a little strange, but he hasn't taken any damage, so that's kind of whatever. I think I ended up going for an Earthquake right here just to get some damage off, because why waste a good sub, right? See how much it does to a Blastoise stock. It does a pretty decent chunk stock. I mean, I am max attack, adamant, all that jazz. But that's a Blastoise. Blastoises are ordinarily very good at taking physical hits, and it just, I don't know, I feel like you could have taken that a little bit better. Maybe I'm just overestimating Blastoise. Whatever. Get to go into Slowking, which is a nice compliment for my Rhyperior because it can take, actually, yeah, it can take the fighting moves. Sort of? No. What am I? Oh, it can take the water moves. That's why I put it on the team, so it can take the water moves. It's a good choice. And then, honestly, I don't really know what else I had it on there for. It's a nice physical wall and a nice special wall. They don't really complement each other too much. Just kidding. I'm sure Fabulous contributes more to the team than everybody else anyway, though. Especially the fact that I lived on 4 and got Trick Room up for 4 more turns. Get to get a nice parting Shadow Ball off on this thing before it does end up killing me off with, I believe, a Torrent boosted Scald. Just because Shadow Ball stock brings it in that range. Maybe? No. Just kidding. It got close. It actually did get pretty close, like about 20 hit points away. And on top of that, the only way to kill it off is with a crit. So down goes Fabulous, but he will return eventually. Not in this battle, though. We'll see what's going on later. It's fun using Yu-Yu, though. Anyways, I have a Trick Room Victini. These things are fantastic because V-Create boosts them further and further and further in Trick Room. It turns out he is still slower than me, but the Scald is not Torrent boosted. I know I can take it decently, and because Bolt Strike was an event move, I get to go for that and basically just clean his clock from that range. You know, he's not living it unless he's got pretty close to full. I'm not even sure. Well, maybe. I think he could take it from full, to be honest, but then I think I'm Brave and Life Orb, so I don't know. I don't know, but I'm still slower than Meloetta and Trick Room. Oh my god, I have not used this thing in a long time, and I love it. I love it long time. Get to go for a V-Create right here, boost my speed in the Trick Room while taking care of the Meloetta, and he needs slow things to toss in my way, because once the Trick Room is up and once Victini is out, he needs an idea to, you know, prevent this thing from hurting him. It turns out Snorlax is actually faster than me still in Trick Room, and I believe gets to take me out with the Sleep Talk Body Slam. I was like, wow, that kind of worked out for you, but I think the Trick Room Trick Room wears out this turn, so he doesn't get to take advantage of that too long. But out of fucking nowhere, Specs Machamp, check this shit out. I told him, I was like, you know what, this thing is going to ruin you, but not in the way that you're expecting. And I figured, you know what, I might as well just go for it. I know Snorlax is bulkier on the special side, but Specs Machamp, look at how much it does with the Focus Blast. Granted, I probably would have been able to O-Comb with a Dynamic Punch. Don't care. I like this thing. And it turns out he didn't have Whirlwind, he had Crunch. So it doesn't even do that much anyway. Honestly, if he phased me out, it just meant that I would have been able to choose a different move, so that's fine. Go for another Focus Blast and just take him out. Specs Machamp gets a kill. Fabulous gets a kill. That's honestly all I had planned for the rest of the day. God damn it, I love these Pokemon sometimes. This game, sometimes I really hate it, and sometimes I really love it. And then this is one of those games where I was like, man, Specs Machamp is great. And in case people are wondering why Specs Machamp is great, it doesn't miss Focus Blasts ever. It doesn't miss Fire Blasts ever, because of no guard. It's not the best on the special attacking side, but if you've ever like hated Focus Blast and how much it misses, try one of those. I guarantee you'll probably won't be as disappointed as you think you will be, because end of the day, I was like, you know what? I can live with that. That's kind of cool. But I know his Crobat is banded, which is why I decided to go into my Rhyperior and set up a sub, knowing that all his Rotom can really do is just go for an HP Grass on my sub or an HP Ice if he happens to have it. Either or will at least break the sub. And barring me missing with a Rock Blast, I actually think I have this game because I can just go for a Rock Blast. I actually think I need more than 2 hits to take him out because there weren't any rocks on the field. Thankfully, I get more than 2. You ever thought about what Rock Blast is in that scenario? I'm throwing rocks at a microwave oven, and like once Rotom faints, it's just like an easy bake oven with a bunch of dents in it. How do you explain that to somebody 7-year-old kid? It wouldn't give me back my cupcake and was floating and it attacked me, so I had to throw rocks at it. I don't think that's something that would necessarily go down too well, but get to take out the Crobat with another Rock Blast. And the Bravebird does not take me out or anything of the sort. So, hey, that was a toss-together Trick Room team that I was actually kind of okay with. And it was a game against Rick that I was also okay with. And I think I still had Slowking and... Did I have Flygon left? I think I might have had Slowking and Flygon left. Honestly, I really don't remember beyond that. But that was a game. Some people from the stream saw it and were just waiting for it. There you go. There's the fabulousness that is Cofabulous. But if you guys enjoyed the battle, you are more than welcome to leave a like rating, comment, and subscribe and do your thing. Spyro will be coming later tonight, as I mentioned, or I might have mentioned in a different take. I honestly don't remember. 9 minutes ago, my computer's acting kind of funny, so I need to look into why. So if I don't have TCGO tomorrow, there's your reason. But I'll do my best to get some videos out this point forward. But I think that should do it. So I'll see you guys, or hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.